Welcome to another edition of Try-A-Trade Takeout. My name is Rowan, and today we'll be learning the basics of bricklaying on a small scale. Before we begin, safety is important, so wear your gloves through this entire activity. For step 1, you'll be mixing your mortar in the provided cups. You'll be mixing 1 part dry mix to 4 parts cold water. I've mixed a cup ahead of time, and your consistency should look something like mine. It should be a slurry that's not too runny. It shouldn't be dripping off of your stick. Make sure to mix it frequently to keep it usable. Next, scoop up a dollop of mortar and apply it to one of the long faces of a cinder block. Use an angled sweeping motion to create an even mound of mortar across the surface. Next, using your buttered cinder block and 1 dry cinder block, push them together to create a pair. Scrape away any excess that squeezes out the sides and put it back into your cup for later use. Once your pair of cinder blocks are firmly conjoined, butter one of the square faces with mortar and align it with the printed square on the base. Press it firmly down. Once you've done that, repeat the process with the other square on the base, and you should end up with a product that looks like this. Next, assemble your arch support by sliding the 2 cardboard pieces together. Place them between your pair of cinder blocks on the base. This will provide a guide for the pillars as you build them and a support for the eventual arch above. Using what you've learned, create another layer of cinder blocks on top of the layer you just laid down. Follow that up with 3 layers of red bricks in the same manner, alternating direction on each layer. This will increase the strength of the final product. Remember to scrape away any excess mortar back into your cup for later use, and mix it well routinely to keep it pliable. Now we're going to finish the arch. You can construct this one of 2 ways. You can build it in place by placing 5 red wedges with mortar in between on top of each of your pillars, with 1 gray wedge in between as shown in the example and in your instruction booklet. Alternatively, you can assemble all 11 wedge pieces together and place them as one assembly on top of your pillars when you're done. Whichever method you choose, ensure that all of your wedge bricks have mortar in between and they're pressed firmly together. If you choose to build it as one assembly and place it on top of your pillars afterwards, make sure you apply mortar to the top of your pillars before you place the arch on top. Finally, apply a small amount of mortar to the back of one of the provided plaques and place it gently on a location of your choosing on your archway. Allow your arch to set for at least 12 hours before subjecting it to any movement. And that's it, congratulations. Thanks for joining us on another edition of Try-A-Trade Takeout.